Welcome to Holy Week. It is Good Friday, and you are here with us. You can't be in the church, so the church is coming to you. This is a really important day, and I want to wrap up our series called The Road to Resurrection with an amazing concept that you should think about every single day for the rest of your life, not only while we're going through this crisis with the virus, but also every single day to come. And that's this simple idea. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 14. It says, if Christ has not been raised, then our preaching is in vain, and your faith is in vain. I want to let you know something. No matter what is going on, and I say this with the most sympathy that I can muster, because I know that some of you are under incredible stress. You're having unimaginable circumstances. You're dealing with anxiety like no one's ever dealt with. And in your life, the last thing that you're thinking about is, well, what about my church community? Or what about what I can do to plug in? And spirituality seems to kind of be evading you almost. I want to give you encouragement. The resurrection is the most important thing in this world that you could ever hold on to. In fact, look at what this text just said that we talked about. The Apostle Paul says, if we know all these other doctrines, every other thing that we believe, if Jesus did not raise from the dead, if he was not risen from the dead, all of this is just for nothing. It's just a big show. It's worthless. It's useless. And I want to encourage you with the same thing. The resurrection is that powerful. It's that important that when we only focus on the resurrection, it gives power to all the other areas of our life that is lacking. The resurrection of Jesus and his life and the death that he bore in our place, the sin that he took that was ours, and the grace that he gave us in its place, all of that, if the resurrection didn't take place, we have nothing to celebrate. But because of the resurrection, we can celebrate no matter what else is going on. The resurrection is bigger than any situation, and it's the most important thing in your life right now. I promise you it's the most important thing in your life. It's funny because this situation with the virus has made our lives extremely simple. Really, really simple. The busiest people that used to be out and about all the time and going here and going there and having to travel and having to go, now you're at home. And your biggest adventure is going to the closet to put on a new shirt for the day. And some of you, let's be honest, you probably haven't done that in a couple weeks. I'm not judging, I'll never know, but I think some of you are in that category, all right? The deal is this. When things have become simple, we start to really boil our lives down to the things that matter most, the people that we love, and our relationship to God, which transcends all of it. And that relationship comes through the doorway of the resurrection. And it will take care of every problem, including the problem of loss and death. We talked about that earlier, but it bears repeating. It says in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 7, thanks be to God who gives us victory. Victory over what? Victory over everything. Victory over death, victory over sin, victory over loneliness, victory over sacrifice, all of the things that we struggle with, the pain, the heartache, the victory comes through our Lord Jesus Christ because of his resurrection. His resurrection gives you the credentials to have hope where no one else has it. His resurrection gives you the perspective to look beyond the coming days of loss with a joy-filled hope that cannot be shaken. His resurrection gives you the ability to process the things that are going on around you through the lens of eternity and not through the lens of anxiety. It's all because of his resurrection. It's the most important thing that we can focus on. And some of us, we know this. But here is a promise. There is someone in your life that doesn't. And that's why the church exists. To tell you the truth, I am so honored that so many people are consuming our content in their homes. But you know what would make me even feel more blessed? If there's someone that never stepped foot in this church, that you have been praying for years, and you brought them to one of our Good Friday services that are taking place today. Yes, all day, starting at 11 a.m. We're having live, online, interactive Good Friday church services. We are not stopping the preaching of the gospel because of the pandemic and the problems that are going on around us. The gospel is the most important thing. And right now, I don't care what's going on, and I mean this world needs hope. And I'm a hope dealer. That's what we do. As a Christian, as a church, we are to be the vehicle by which God infuses this sick world with the hope of resurrection. So I want to challenge you to get on mission with us. Now has never been a better time to have that conversation. Now has never been a better time to say, hey, you're in my house. You're in your house. I'm in my house. I already watched Tiger King 6 times, okay? It's really disgusting at this point. Why don't we go to church? There's never been more of a time to consume the content of the gospel than there is now, because hope is in short supply, but because of the resurrection, it being the most important thing, hope is in abundance. The resurrection is what matters most. The road to resurrection leads us to everything that we have ever needed. So stay with us. Stay on this road. It's Friday. Sunday's coming. But we are doing this together.